Hi guys, this is Stephanie and I have a special visitor for my 39-week video. Obviously, Jensen came a little early and he came when I was 38 weeks and 1 day, which was last Monday. So we're doing this video when he is a week old, and basically here is the story of what happened. So I had gone in Saturday when I was technically 37 weeks, and I was having contractions, and I'm sure you saw the video where they tried to stop my labor, and they did. So they kept me all night Saturday, and then they sent me home Sunday morning. Where are you going? They sent me home Sunday morning, and they said, well, if it happens again and you're having contractions, we probably won't try to stop your labor at that time. So I said, okay. So Sunday was fine, and then Monday I was at work and I started having contractions again, and they were very light contractions, but they were very regular. And so I called my doctor's office and they said, well, go home, take a bath, lay on your side to try to stop it. Well, that didn't stop it, so they said go on to the hospital and check in with the triage. So that's what we did, and we went to the hospital, and they said that they were going to have to, I was going to have to prove that I was in labor. So I said, well, how am I supposed to prove that? And they said, well, you can prove it by dilating, like progressing in your labor, or if your water breaks, that kind of thing. And I had just been to the doctor's office that morning at 7 o'clock for my regular checkup, and the doctor said, this baby is sky high because he was breech, and she said, you're probably not going to dilate any more than what you're already dilated, which was like 1. And so I said, okay. So then when I went to the triage and they were waiting for me to dilate, I was thinking, that may never happen, so I don't know what they want me to do to prove that I'm in labor. So finally, I was having harder contractions and they were getting pretty painful, and so they came back in and checked me, and they said, well, now you're a 2, so that proves to us that you're really in labor. And I thought, oh, well, I appreciate that because the contractions were really starting to hurt. So they said that they would go ahead and do the C-section. So are you listening to Mommy tell the story? Are you? Oh, he's so sweet. Okay, so then they decided to do the C-section. So they got me prepped and got me ready for the C-section, and they gave me the spinal block, and the anesthesiologist had told me, sometimes people can't tell that they're breathing, but they're really breathing. Well, that spinal numbed me from the neck down. Like, it was supposed to numb me from like the top of my stomach down, and it didn't. It numbed me from my neck down. So my arms were completely numb, and my hands were, everything was completely numb. And so I felt like I could not breathe. I could not feel myself breathing, and I couldn't talk because I couldn't breathe. And so the anesthesiologist was telling me, no, you're breathing, I promise. You're doing good. I'm watching your numbers. It's perfect. But I was thinking to myself, okay, just breathe in through your nose, breathe out through your mouth. And I just could not feel myself breathing at all. And it was a panicking feeling. It was very scary. So I just remember laying there thinking, I really don't know if I can do this the whole 45 minutes of this surgery. So anyway, so so they were doing the surgery, and Kendall came in, and they delivered Jensen, who was breech, and everything went really well. So I didn't get to do the skin to skin during the middle of the C-section because there was no way I could hold him on me. And at that point, I was panicking so much that I couldn't breathe, that I was just not even focusing on the baby because I was trying not to die on on the operating table. Anyway, so Kendall held him right beside me, and then I started to get some feeling back, towards the end of the surgery. So that was good, and I got to hold him when we got into recovery, which was in our room, and he did good. And he is like the spitting image of my daughter as a newborn, and we're just so happy he's here. He was 8 pounds and 2 ounces, and so he was a good sized baby to be 2 weeks early, right? Yes, and he's very alert, and he's just a good boy. He's so sweet, isn't he? I love you. So that was our story, and so we're glad he's here, and that's about it, right? So we'll update y'all along the way.